You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hi, I'm Joe Heath.
I'm Toni Heath.
And this is the Watch-A-Thon of Rassilon.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, good.
That's what it says on the box.
Then I'm in the right place.
Cool. Who are you? You already said.
I just introduced myself.
I'm sorry, I have a terrible memory. Today we're going to be talking about the 5th and the 6th episodes of the second series of Doctor Who, Rise of the Cybermen and Age of Steel, which aired from May 13th, 2006 to May 20th, 2006.
True facts!
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Anything going on? Anything you want to talk about before we dive in?
Like what?
Like life stuff, you know? Anything cool going on? You're going to New York.
I'm going to New York next week. Yeah.
You're going to see Deadpool and The Lion King.
Yeah.
In that order?
Probably.
You know, Deadpool's giving a speech at a work conference.
He's the keynote speaker.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Not gonna say his real name.
Wade Wilson?
That's the one.
You gotta let me know if he does it in costume. That'd be great. I mean, I know it's just Ryan Reynolds, but I would not put it past him to do it dressed as Deadpool because he got a movie coming out.
I don't think that's happening.
And he has the costume.
It's not...
He wears it around the house.
It's not a comic convention.
No, but...
He's gonna be dressed like the Mint Mobile guy. Not Deadpool.
You owe me $5 if he comes dressed as Deadpool.
I will give you 20 if he comes dressed as Deadpool.
All right, give me 20. Give me 5 if he at least mentions it.
I mean, fine.
Cool.
He's gonna mention it.
Yeah, he's a good businessman.
Do you want to talk about Doctor Who or what?
I don't know. I've thought about it, and sure, I guess. You want to talk about this two-parter? You want me to do a summary?
Please do.
I got a serial title, because it's a two-parter, and I have alt titles for the individual episodes as well.
Well, let's hear them.
This two-parter, which I have called The Cyber Parallel.
The Cyber Parallel.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
That's the serial title. Part 1, which I have called The Gingerbread House, or The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Which one of those do you prefer?
I prefer the Gingerbread House.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you understand both references?
Yes.
Okay.
The Gingerbread House is more thematically appropriate.
Yeah, I guess so. But The Lion Sleeps Tonight is in the best scene in the probably the entire serial.
That's fair.
I'm calling it a serial two-parter. The Doctor, Rose, and Mickey wind up in a parallel world that's the same but a little bit different. There are... That's exactly how Mickey says it in the episode. It's like, it's the same, but a little bit different. He just does this weird vocal fry thing. Anyway, there are Zeppelins everywhere. Rose's dad, Pete, is still alive, married to Jackie, and rich. And Mickey's grandma is also still alive. Pete's boss, John Lumick, is upgrading homeless people while Mickey meets his rebel leader doppelganger Ricky and his teammates Jake and Mrs. Moore. They all wind up at Jackie's 39th birthday party, where Rose connects with her dad and annoys her mom. Then the party is crashed by the Cybermen. That is my summary for episode 1.
Good job.
Decent sum up?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's dive into the summary for part 2, which I've called Gemini Rising.
Ah.
Because that was his code name.
Yeah.
After getting away from the Cybermen, Pete is revealed to be an inside man for Ricky's Rebels.
Ricky's Rebels.
Yeah, that's my favorite band. Lumick activates everyone's ear pods, making them head to factories to be upgraded. Jackie is turned into a Cyberman, Ricky and Mrs. Moore are killed, and Pete, Rose, and the Doctor are all captured and taken to Lumick, who is now the Cyber Controller. The Doctor gives one of his patented Cyberman speeches, while Mickey and Jake deactivate everyone's ear pods and remove the emotional inhibitors from the Cybermen, which causes them to guilt themselves into exploding. Everyone is
Catholic.
Everyone escapes in a Zeppelin, and the cyber controller falls into a burning factory, Hans Gruber style. The Doctor powers up the TARDIS with a magic crystal, while Rose tells Pete she's his daughter, which freaks him out, and he leaves. Mickey has become a new man in this parallel universe, so he stays and goes to Paris with Jake. The end.
What do you think your parallel Ricky is like?
It's already been established that I am a universal constant. I am the same in all universes.
That is true. We do know this about you.
Alt Joe's same as Prime Joe.
It's a multi-universal constant.
I have played parallel universe versions of myself and clones, and they're all pretty similar.
All right, what do you think the Ricky version of me is like?
Nice.
What the fuck? I'm fucking Wario?
Would you rather be Mario or Wario?
I'd rather be Waluigi.
Yeah, that sounds right.
He's purple.
Yeah, he's got that wicked mustache.
Yeah, Waluigi's cool.
Wah.
Wah!
Okay, but let's take this more serious.
Okay.
Let's go back to me, because let's just assume that I'm not a universal constant, though we know I am.
Right, this is a thought experiment. It has no bearing on the reality, which is that you are a multi-universal constant.
Also, I want to say, like, the whole thing is like Ricky's like tougher and meaner, and he's really the same fucking dude. That's like, that's a reveal.
Have you considered the fact that he's sneering?
Yeah, but that's just a tough guy act. It's Mickey if he was pretending to be a tough guy. He's not actually like a tough guy.
Correct. He is gay, though.
He's gay.
Bi?
Yeah, probably bi. Because there's that thing where he's like, I'm the most wanted in London. And then you find out he's the most wanted for parking tickets. Which I think is the big reveal, like, oh, this guy is Mickey. But, okay, so are you saying would it be like a complete opposite version of me? Is this like my evil mirror self?
No, it's equivalent of the difference between Mickey and Ricky. So it's something that would, like, visually distinguish you, but in a way that is clearly, like, being affected. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, maybe he just has normal hair.
He
actually can grow facial hair.
Alternate universe Joe never got the courage to talk to the barber, and so still has the fucking military haircut. What do you want? Whatever. Whatever you're gonna do.
I don't care. Just, you're the boss.
Why did they buzz my head? You said whatever.
All right. So it's all hair related.
You don't think there's like some universe where you're like...
Tougher?
Or like trying to pretend to be something you're not.
Like a fighter instead of a lover?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe. Like if the situation called for it, I would run. I don't think I'd be brave. Would I be brave? Do you think I'd be brave?
I think you'd be brave.
Aww.
If you didn't have any other options.
Yeah, just I'd have to be in like a pure adrenaline state. Oh, also, what would my name be? Ro? No, it'd probably be Bo. Or Jeff.
Yeah, it's definitely Jeff.
Everybody calls me Jeff because they hear Joe and hear Jeff for some reason. All right, let's go to you.
You said that alternate universe me is nice.
I was joking.
Sweet, as compared to me.
Heads up. There is someone mowing the grass. I'm sorry if you hear that. We have to record this podcast.
We have to do it now.
It goes up next week.
We've already put it off as much as we can put it off.
We've put it off more than we could put it off, but yes.
I think could that be alternate universe me?
What? Someone who's like fucking on it?
Type A, they just have their shit together.
You're like the Xander, who is just like the competent side of Xander. They think it's like, oh no, he's the evil Xander, but it's like, no, this is a Xander who has his shit together.
This is just yeah, no, that's definitely it. Definitely in like the entire multiverse too. They're probably, all the me's are probably like super fucking smart and like doing important shit, and I'm the only one who's not.
You're smart.
I'm the only one who's like just a guy.
You're more than just a guy.
Well, you think that because you love me, but I'm definitely just a guy.
Not everybody created a nationally syndicated television show.
Okay.
Not everybody hosts an amazing Doctor Who podcast with their lovely husband.
That's what I think alternate universes me are like. All the other alternate universe me's are probably like in a union.
Keeping you out.
Yeah. I'm specifically not been invited.
You're the outlier.
Yeah.
What's your name? Boney? Roni?
That's the thing. My name is inevitable.
It's Toni, but with a Y.
It is Toni, but with a Y.
Yeah.
Because you know how it's like, oh, what were your parents going to name you if you would have been born a different gender? It doesn't fucking matter. I was going to be Toni no matter what.
Would you have been Anthony?
I guess so.
What if people called you Aunt?
The fuck would people call me Aunt?
I could call you Aunt. Antoinette. Aunt would still be short for Antoinette.
You gonna start calling me Aunt?
Yeah, what's up, Aunt?
I don't think I like it.
You don't like it, Aunt?
No.
You like small things? What's smaller than an ant?
Alternate me is definitely called Aunt, though, and they like it.
You hate it.
I hate it.
That's what's keeping you from being successful.
That's why everybody else in the union is named Aunt.
All right. Doctor Who? So we just discussed this parallel universe version of ourselves. So do we want to talk about this episode? Or
sure.
Two-parter, rather. I have a couple of notes, some fun trivia stuff.
All right.
This episode is directed by the only director to have worked both on Classic Who and New Who.
Oh, go off, King.
Graeme Harper, I believe.
What Classic Who?
You know, I should have written that down.
Yeah, for sure. You just come at me with half-assed research facts.
Hold on. He was assistant floor manager for Colony in Space, Planet of the Daleks, and Planet of the Spiders. Those are all Third Doctor. Yeah, he was a production assistant for Seeds of Doom and Warrior's Gate. Those are Fourth Doctor. And his directorial credits include episodes of Sarah Jane Adventures. The first Doctor Who story that he directed was The Caves of Androzani.
Oh.
And he directed part of Warrior's Gate when the original director was fired for being too artsy.
Whatever the fuck was happening in Warrior's Gate.
He almost did a 30th anniversary special, but it got canceled. Oh, and he's one of the Brandon Morbius doctors.
Is he?
Yep.
He's canon.
He's canon. He's a canon doctor.
He's a canon doctor, baby. Apparently they'll just give that to any old body.
Oh, he also directed, it was a Sixth Doctor story, Revelation of the Daleks. Then he directed Rise of the Cybermen, The Age of Steel, which we're talking about now. And he also directed this season's finale, 2-part finale.
Oh, really?
Yep. 42, Utopia, Last of the Time Lords, uncredited. Time Crash.
Ah, that makes sense.
Apparently uncredited partial contribution on Partners in Crime. He directed Planet of the Ood, The Unicorn and the Wasp, Turn Left, Stolen Earth, Journey's End, and The Waters of Mars. 3 episodes of Sarah Jane Adventures. So this dude is just all over the place.
Thanks for reading that list off of Wikipedia for us.
That's not Wikipedia. That is the TARDIS Wiki. Thank you.
It'll be a cold day in hell before I acknowledge the TARDIS Wiki.
I think he does a really good job. There's a lot of cool shots in this serial.
What's your favorite shot?
I really like the dinner party when it's all handheld. Like when the Doctor and Rose are going around being waiters or wait staff. I like that. I really like the shot where it's just Lumic and the camera's like locked to his wheelchair as he's like rolling through a place. I think that's pretty cool. The first episode opens with Lumic, and you get there's like a Cyberman and like blurry out because you don't see the Cybermen fully until the end of the first episode, right? Very classic Who. And then like he kills his assistant. He has the Cyberman kill his assistant, and then we get the opening credits. Then we come back, and the TARDIS crash lands on this parallel Earth. Then like they find the poster of her dad, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like, "There's a parallel," and like it does this dramatic zoom in on her, and then the scene keeps going. I was like, that feels like a cut to commercial or a teaser. That was the original opening. And Russell T Davies wrote that new opening with the Cybermen and John Lumic and killing that one guy. That was not there originally. It was
why?
The original thing was her being like, oh shit, it's my dad. And that was going to lead into the credits.
That feels stronger.
It does to me too.
Put it back. It was better how you had it before. Put it back.
But I definitely remember seeing that shot and being like, and then she like walks up to the thing. I was like, whoa, that felt weird. That's because there was supposed to be a cut there. The guy who plays John Lumic has previously, or maybe post, I don't remember. I don't know timelines. He has also played David Tennant's father. He was Barty Crouch Sr. David Tennant was Barty Crouch Jr., who licks his lips in Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire.
I get that all the time. That was him. That was David Tennant. What was he doing in that?
Licking his lips.
Please don't.
I hate that. I hate that so much. I remember him being Barty Crouch Sr., too, the guy who plays John Lumick. Apparently, a lot of people do not like his performance in this serial. They think it's too over the top.
An over-the-top villain in a Doctor Who episode?
I could see it being played more subtly and maybe bringing a little bit more... Like, you could care about that guy a little bit more.
Mm.
Because as it is, he is just so, like, I'm very evil. His eyes are all bugging out all the time. I get he wants to, like, upgrade himself, basically.
He wants to live
That motivation
forever.
makes sense.
I'm gonna live forever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Another fun fact. This episode is based on a Big Finish, I believe. Very loosely, but they still credit him. The guy who wrote the original is called Spare Parts. It's a Cybermen story.
I love the way you say Cybermen.
I refuse to say it any other way.
Okay.
There's even a reference to spare parts in the episode because Mickey calls himself a spare part. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, you don't care about me, I'm just a spare part. And the 40th birthday party is a reference to the fact that this was the anniversary of the 10th planet, the first Cyberman story.
Oh.
So that's why. And the only other like little behind the scenes thing I've got, it seems like Ricky and Jake are gay. Or a couple.
Yes.
Jake reacts quite strongly when Ricky dies. In a way that's more than just, this was my friends.
Yeah.
And that's because they were more than just friends. Canon. Like, there was a scene that got deleted. You can see it on YouTube. It's probably on a DVD.
Did it get deleted because it was gay?
I think so. RTD didn't want to cut it. It was like the producers, I think.
Well,
They're like, it just kind of detracts from the story. It doesn't really add anything. What? Dumb.
yeah.
It's in that last scene where Mickey and Jake are in the van. Mickey's like, I can't replace him. And he's like, I'll never find a boyfriend like him or something like that. And then Mickey's like, then yeah, I'll definitely not be able to replace him. I don't know why they cut it. Homophobes.
The thing about it is that, like, it's weird that it's cut just because it's, like, it's weird that it's so very clearly there and no one ever says it.
Yeah.
That makes it feel awkward.
Do you think Jake felt weird at all when he was, like, scanning Mickey? When Mickey's just there in his boxer shorts?
Yeah.
Wow, this guy really does look like Ricky. I will say also, like, all the split screen stuff looks really
Pretty good. Can we talk about the acting?
All right, let's
and
hear
the
it.
choices?
Okay, yeah, you go first.
No.
Because I'm going to defend it a little. I think it's fine. It's definitely, it's
Okay.
grown on me.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. You definitely do need differentiate between the two.
Sure.
At no point do you not know who's who. Except when that becomes vague. There's the scene where Ricky dies, and you're not sure if it's Ricky and Mickey.
And then Mickey starts sneering for no reason.
No, that's the point. That's him becoming a little bit Ricky.
That's him
Experiencing...
dealing with loss.
Yeah, that's him becoming a little bit tougher.
Okay, and you don't think there was any
Having to put up a wall.
better way to keep a visual distinction between these two characters
Than just constantly sneering.
than just constantly looking like you smelt a fart? You're like, this is the one I'm going to act normally, and this one is going to have just smelt the worst fart. And that's the acting choice I'm making.
That's the universe he lives in. He lives in the universe where everything smells like a fart. Look at all those Zeppelins. They gotta be, putting out some kind of stench.
I also think the implication of this parallel universe, by the way, is that the Hindenburg never happened.
I guess, yeah.
Like, that's my immediate thought.
Yeah.
If that never
sure.
happened, there'd probably be Zeppelins all over the place. Because humanity collectively is like, oh shit, Zeppelins are neat.
Cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I see a blimp and I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Look at that blimp.
Look at that crazy thing up there! I love that!
I'm never getting up in it, but...
What's the deal with the Zeppelins? Do multiple people live in them?
I think they're just like cars. Because, like, Jackie says she wants one at some point. She's like, you got me flowers?
Not a Zeppelin?
Not a Zeppelin? Your boss got me these little cool earbuds. AirPods. Earpods. They call them
Earpods! We gotta talk about that because that kind of upsets me.
It's so weird because it is both dated and ahead of its time.
Yes! And how is it so close to the actual thing? AirPods.
And the thing is, they're riffing on, like, what? I guess, like, Bluetooth or something? Or...
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even a reference to, like, Bluetooth headphones. It's a reference to the, like, Bluetooth... Before there were, like, actual Bluetooth headphones, there were Bluetooth earpieces that only obnoxious people wore.
Yeah.
And would, like... And then they would just start conversations while standing behind you at the grocery store, and you'd be like, what?
Oh, that still happens.
Are you talking to me?
I had someone at work do
And then
that
they'll give you a dirty look like they didn't just start having a conversation with a voice that only they can hear in their head.
Yeah. Christians.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Bluetooth.
Yeah, Bluetooth.
That used to be what Bluetooth was before it was like Bluetooth headphones.
Why is it called Bluetooth?
Oh, shit. I knew this. I looked it up once. First of all, the Bluetooth symbol is just a rune, because they thought it looked neat. So write that down. Hang on. Carry on.
I'll vamp. The Doctor Who Confidential on this episode is very focused on Mickey, because this is a very important Mickey episode. But I want to yell at whoever wrote the narration for Mark Gatiss. It's showing like a clip of Mickey getting eaten by the trash can from the first episode. Mark Gatiss says, Mickey has wheelie bin rubbish.
Sorry, what?
On Doctor Who Confidential, the narration says, Mickey has wheelie bin rubbish. Wheelie bin. That's
wheelie bin.
Yes, wheelie bin rubbish.
I thought you said willy bin. And
wheelie.
I didn't know what a willy bin was.
Wheelie bin. And they say, but don't take the Mickey, because there may be more to him than you realize. Fuck you, Doctor Who Confidential. That's the worst fucking wordplay I've ever heard. Mickey has wheelie bin rubbish.
It's supposed to sound like really bin?
Really bin rubbish, yes.
Oh.
Wheelie bin.
Anyway, Bluetooth is named after a Danish king.
Do you have blue teeth?
No, his name was King Harold Bluetooth. He was known for two things, uniting Denmark and Norway in 1958. Oh shit, he did have blue teeth. His dead tooth, which was dark blue, and earned him the nickname Bluetooth.
And why did they name this thing after him?
Because it unites technology the way
that he united. Okay.
The way that he united countries.
All right. So, okay, besides you not caring for Ricky's sneer, what did you think about Mickey's arc in this episode? I thought it was really good.
I liked it, yeah. I remember at the time really liking Mickey as a character just because the way that he's handled isn't as bad as it could be. He is treated like the tin dog a lot of the times. But the show is also very aware of that. He's a third wheel in this season. But then, like, the show's constantly being like, yeah, he's a third wheel in this situation, but he's also, like, a full human being.
And also, this episode kind of hints at the fact that he probably feels really bad about what happened to his grandmother.
Yeah.
Because she tripped on a carpet that he said he was going to fix, and he didn't.
Yeah.
So, like, that might have been affecting him somewhat in his universe, whereas it didn't affect Ricky because it didn't happen to Ricky. That's a Mickey who doesn't have, like, guilt about taking care of people. It's someone who just did take care of people. And now I think Mickey realizes he can do that too.
Aww.
Yeah. And he gets to stay with his grandma. That's nice too. She hits him.
Yes.
How do we feel about that?
What's funny is Rose has a line about it before it happens. Because Rose says she used to slap him. And it's like very funny. And I remember being like, I feel like we're not about that anymore. And then it happened. Then she actually hits him on screen. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think we're about that anymore. I don't think that can be funny anymore. I don't know. I could be wrong.
I mean, it is sort of it's not like a hard hit or anything.
No.
It's like, where were you?
Yeah.
Where have you been? Hanging out with these idiots? Do you think the Doctor knew about Ricky? Because he calls Mickey Ricky when he's the 9th Doctor. It's a running gag. Do you think he was just subconsciously trying to get him to be Ricky?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, that'd be dumb. That'd be stupid. What did you think about Rose, the dog?
The dog! I love Rose the dog! There is a thing where, like, you never wanted to have kids, I don't think. Like, did you ever think about having kids when you were little?
Yeah, probably.
There's a thing that, like, you do when you're little where you pick out names. You're like, I'm 10 and I'm picking out names for my children.
Nathaniel and Superfly.
No.
Random.
Random reason. Anyway, you do that, And then, like, if you end up never having kids, then you're like, yeah, this turtle is named Rin. Like, you're not gonna waste a good name. You've been thinking about it since the 6th grade.
Sure, yeah.
I can see this happening.
I love the scene where Rose realizes the dog is named Rose, and the doctor just laughs.
He has no sympathy.
It's very funny. That means that Rose Noble is the 3rd Rose that RTD has created.
Can we also talk about how this episode hits on a very real anxiety of mine?
Being turned into a Cyberman?
No, it's that if I wasn't born, my parents would be rich and successful.
Okay, but they're not in love, because he straight up tells Rose that they're separated.
Yeah, listen, I went through multiple years of private education.
Yeah.
So did all my siblings. I was very much aware that that was expensive, and how expensive it was, because I was told.
There would never be a universe where your parents didn't have as many children as they have because they're Catholic. It'd have to be a universe where for some reason they're not Catholic.
You're right.
Okay, so what do you think about the Cybermen design?
Oof. Oh no, I'm gonna upset people. I don't care that much about the Cybermen. Don't be mad.
I like this episode. I think they'd be better if they didn't look like giant robots.
Yeah. The sock Cybermen? Scariest fucking shit in my life.
I think there needs to be an element of humanity left that you can see.
To see how twisted it is.
Yeah, because
Yes.
when it's just like, when that one Cyberman's like, oh, by the way, I'm Jackie, it doesn't hit super hard.
Like, imagine if they had, like, just human eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know?
Something you can be like, oh, fuck, that is Jackie. But it just looks like the same as, it's just a big, it has her brain, I guess, right?
Yeah, a whole nervous system.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. It's not her. Not really.
Yeah.
It's just this thing made from her parts. So, like, I mean, that's fucked up, but it's not the same fucked up of, like, there's an element.
It's not the same visceral. That's why I think, you know how, in Madame de Pompadour, where there are, like, body parts wired into the machinery.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's fucking unsettling.
Yeah, it's because you can see them.
I mean, yeah, it should look like that, right? Where you can see, like, organic parts hardwired into
you tell me it's
robotic
like
parts.
One of the few good things Chibnall did with his Cybermen. You can see the person in it.
Yeah.
That was good. I did like the scene where the emotional inhibitor gets fried on that one Cyberman.
God, can we talk about how brutal the solution is?
Yeah.
That, like, literally, they, like, turn their feelings back on, and they know that doing that is, like, it happens to the one, and it's like, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't stop this from happening. And then it's like,
well, now we gotta do it to all of them.
Now we gotta do it to all of them. And there's, like, even a moment where it's like, can I do this? Like, can we do that? It's
Genesis of the Daleks.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brutal.
They do it, and the doctor's just watching them die, and he's just like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It is a little conflicting, because it's like, it is fucked up, but also it's like, their fucking heads explode.
Right. It does undercut the, like, emotional beat a little bit when they're like, wah!
Doing a little dance. I want to talk about my favorite scene in this episode.
Okay.
The first time we see them being upgraded, which is Lumix guy gathers up some homeless people and then puts little earbuds on them and they can control them, and they all walk off into this thing. And you just start hearing screaming. The guy's like, oh, no, I can't listen to that. Turn the music up. And we just hear screaming drowned out by The Lion Sleeps Tonight, which is so fucking good.
It's very good.
Great needle drop.
We love a needle
and he's
drop.
just doing his little dance to it. It's so disturbing. I love it. That mixture of just pure horror and the goofiest fucking song. So good. I love that scene so much. That's probably my favorite scene in the entire two-parter.
Yeah.
What did you think of the cyber controller? Why was he also in a chair? Like, he got upgraded.
No, Joseph! Don't start this Discord on our podcast, please.
Okay. Sorry. He does get out of it and then climbs up a Zeppelin. Is it just to visually tie the two together?
I'm not starting Discourse.
Fine. There was a bit at the end of the first episode, where you're like, why is the doctor surrendering with his hands closed?
Oh yeah, it was driving me crazy. I was like, that's not how one surrenders. Why are your hands closed? And then it's the cliffhanger, and then it starts, and he's like, oh, he's been holding a thing the whole time.
Yeah, it's the little crystal that's going to charge up the TARDIS and take them back to their universe. It has a charge, so he shoots the Cybermen with it. Some people thought it was the Sonic, but it's not. It's that crystal. The little glowy green thing. Torchwood update. It's mentioned on the news when Rose connects to the Wi-Fi. And Pete says Torchwood when, like, he's talking to Rose and he's like, why am I telling you stuff? And he's like, just sort of leaves her and he's like, oh, hey, Steven, how are things at Torchwood? So those are our 2 Torchwoods. We talked about them briefly, but we didn't say what we thought of them. What do you think of Jake and Miss Moore? Miss
Moore is brilliant.
Yeah?
Miss Moore is so fun. There are, like, secondary characters that everybody, like, loves. It's like, I don't understand why Sarah Kingdom was never a companion. And it's like, why do y'all love Sarah Kingdom so much? I don't get it. Miss Moore should be a companion.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's dead.
Well, if she wasn't, she should have been a companion.
Question, does Jake come back?
I don't rightfully remember.
Me either.
Probably not.
Huh. That's a bummer.
Yeah.
He should come back.
I absolutely could not, by the way. Like, if you died and just, like, a fucking Jeff showed up, we would not go on a road trip together.
There's so many things that have done that, now that I think about it. Farscape did that.
Yeah?
The Magicians did that with Penny.
Oh, yeah.
Weird. Why is that a recurring trope?
Because as a writer, there's nothing better than both killing off an actor you love and keeping them.
I mean, that's also kind of Fred Illyria.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
It's like, I'm going to give you this juicy death scene, and then...
You don't have to leave the show.
Yeah.
You still got a paycheck. Congrats.
We just want to see you do something else.
It is an interesting concept.
Would you go on a road trip with Ant?
Yeah, why not? I'm pretty chill.
Ant's not.
Ant's not chill?
Ant's not chill. If there's one thing we know about Ant, it's that they are not chill.
But they got their shit together.
Yeah, those 2 things are mutually exclusive.
This is a Toni who picks up their laundry.
Yes.
This is a Toni.
This isn't just a Toni who picks up their laundry. This is a Toni who, like...
Does it?
Like, sorts out their laundry by colors, and it's arranged in their drawers by colors.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, I'm saying that, like, I could be that person.
I find that hot.
Stop being attracted to Ant!
Well, stop selling them. Stop talking them up. Where can I get in touch with this Ant?
You can't.
All right, fine. Okay, what did you think about Pete this episode? I like Pete a lot.
Do you?
Yeah. I wish he could have been on the show more. It's too bad he's like...
Do you like Pete a lot? Because he's a dad.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
I've talked about it on this show so many times. I talked about it when my dad was on this show. But I think he's good. I think he's good in this episode. Yes. Like, he gets a lot of good scenes of, like, he doesn't know who Rose is, but... He's
catching the vibe.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. I like it. He just seems nice. I don't know. I like him.
Does he seem nice, though? Because he is selling soda as a health drink and is a billionaire.
That's just a cover, though. He's helping the Rebel Alliance. He's helping Ricky's rebels. He's Gemini.
Listen, there's no ethical way to make $1 billion. And
then he did just desert Rose when he found out.
He's complicit in some shit, I can tell you that much. Maybe he's trying to make up for it now, but that guy's complicit in some shit.
I guess. But I like him. He's just likable. Rose gets a lot of good scenes in this, too.
Yeah.
And also, what a double whammy. Like, your pseudo-dad's like, I can't deal with this, and leaves. Her mom has died and turned into a Cyberman. And then Mickey's like, peace out. I'm staying here.
She gets triple abandoned in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
She does kind of make it all about her, too, which is a very Rose thing.
It's a very, very in character for Rose.
Because Mickey's like, I'm going to stay. And she's like, but what about me?
Also, that's wild. That guy has no one else that's going to be like, where did Mickey go?
Yeah.
That's super depressing.
I mean, have you seen him hang out with anybody? He had a band in the novelization.
Yeah,
of
his
Rose,
band! His band! What did he play in the band?
I don't remember.
Bad Wolf is fucked.
I mean, he's probably holding him back. Now they're gonna go on to superstardom.
Wow.
All right, I think I'm done. You done?
Yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna take a quick break. We'll be back for final thoughts.
Hey everybody, this is Jim Adams for Monster Attack. As we head into our 9th season, we've taken a little bit of a change in direction. Now we're looking at the movies that I witnessed when I was in high school, college, and my early adult years. Hey, come experience that experience with us each and every Monday at 5 p.m. on the ESO network. Monster Attack, the podcast dedicated to old monster movies.
And we're back. And now it's time for something a little bit different.
What time is it?
It's time for something a little bit different.
Yeah, but
What?
what time? What are we doing in the podcast?
Something a little bit different.
No, I know, but what segment are we doing?
Oh, I guess I'm doing your bit?
Yeah.
That's something a little bit different.
Then after this bit, we'll...
Be right back.
No.
No? We won't? Are we done?
No. We got one more
I see why you do this all the time. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. We'll do one more thing, and then we'll be done.
High five. Oh, we gotta do, our plug thing?
No.
No?
The thing we do before plugs.
We thank Vince. Oh, wait, that's after plugs.
It is after plugs. It's time for...
Something a little bit different. Final thoughts? I thought this was too long. No, it's good though. There's like a lot of good stuff, but like I think it could have been one episode just fine. I do like though, like all the slow character moments in the first episode. That's actually really nice because like nothing really happens for the first episode. Again, the Cybermen do not appear until the like last 2 minutes, which is. I like that because it feels classic Who, but also I don't like it because I'm like, just get to it already.
We know it's called Age of Steel. That's the other thing about doing that opening, is that it's like, why are we even dragging out this reveal?
The episode is called Rise of the Cybermen.
Yeah.
That's the first episode. Age of Steel's the second one.
Oh, Age of Steel's the second?
Yeah.
Well, that makes even less sense.
But yeah, I like Mickey's arc. I even like Ricky. I'm glad to see Pete again. Oh, the special effects are really good. Like the split screening's good. The Zeppelins look great. The cyber conversion place looks a little cheesy.
Yeah.
A little smooth CGI. But overall, I thought it was decent. It's well shot. I love that. I love the handheld work on that one scene. But yeah, just too long. But other than that, it's pretty good. Good stuff.
I was going to say, to me, it's a very, very okay episode.
Mm.
You watch it and you're like, yeah, for sure. But I don't have any strong feelings stronger than that.
I'll say it's better than the farty two-parter. I think it's better than Aliens.
Oh yeah, it's got stuff in it that I really enjoy. I just don't have any stronger feelings than that.
I think it has really good character beats, but the Cybermen kind of suck.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you feel like we should have spent more time with the Zeppelins, or do you think the Zeppelins are perfect just being like, oh shit, Zeppelins.
I kind of prefer oh shit Zeppelins.
Yeah.
Also just the fact that like Mickey pilots one at the end. He just spinning that great big wheel. That's fun.
That is fun.
Yeah, honestly, I don't care about the Cybermen plot.
Yeah.
Everything else is good.
You know what drives me crazy? I'm not a big fan of Cybermen.
Cybermen.
Cybermen. If you know me at all, that doesn't make any sense. I love stories about, like, alienation and being tangential but apart from humanity.
The thing is, they're not doing it right.
They're not. Ah,
They did it right in their first fucking appearance.
Do you know also, like, I don't think there's
And then the
ever
12th
been
Doctor,
a
and that's it.
Cyberman story about, like, depersonalization or, like, disassociation of, like, literally the idea of, like, and I'm saying this as somebody who's, like, experienced it, of, like, you can use apathy as a coping mechanism if you're somebody who feels things too deeply. There's never been a Cyberman story with about that with those beats. Why?
Are you saying, like, the people get red-pilled into being Cybermen?
No, not red. I'm talking about my personal experiences.
Why don't you write that episode?
I will. Someone has to. It's there. I can
sell it to
see
Big
it.
Finish.
I don't understand why we've never... It's like the story they're built to tell, and we've never done it.
Hey, maybe there's a Big Finish out there that does it.
Maybe.
Or a book or some shit.
I mean, I feel like was it the Capaldi era Cybermen?
Yeah. Well, I mean, those
Story?
were the Mondasian Cybermen.
Yeah. That comes close.
Yeah, because they made a companion into a Cyberman. That's good.
But, like, they never tell a story about people, like, the people who
Choose
it. Yes.
Yeah.
Getting to, like, understanding the desperation that somebody can be at where it's like, yeah, this might be the best option, actually.
That's what I'm saying about how that could have worked better for Lumic. It's written that way.
If he wasn't so...
Yeah, if he wasn't so generic
But that's
evil.
the thing, too. Like, he just wants to live forever. You know what I mean? So it's like, put his brain inside of a robot body. The thing about limiting emotions specifically, like, that's a real thing human beings do to cope with real things human beings experience. We should talk about it.
Yeah. Is there anything we need to plug? Does Derby live stream the halftime?
I don't know. I will have to ask.
Because if they do, watch the August 17th one, because we're going to be renewing our vows.
I mean, it is going to be filmed. We could probably post it.
Oh, yeah.
We could make it a Patreon exclusive.
Exclusive? Yeah.
Exclusive?
Yeah, exclusive. That's what they call it
What
in
is
the biz.
this bag full of mail?
It's a bag full of mail.
But why?
Because the mail holder was too full.
Right, but is it trash?
I don't know.
Joseph.
We should go through it at some point.
You can...
Hey, can I finish this episode?
This is hoarder behavior, and it stresses me out.
No, it's in a bag.
No!
To be gone
That's how
through.
it starts!
It was because I was cleaning the house. We had people coming over, and I didn't want the messy
So you
mess.
put it in a bag. Okay, no, that's fine. Wrap this up.
I shoved it in a closet, basically. You do that sometimes. I don't steal my laundry baskets and put your shit in it.
Okay.
Like you do. And then I have nothing to sort laundry into. Anyway. We've been talking about laundry a lot in this episode. It's one of my main concerns in life. Anyway, if you like this episode of the podcast, check out more on WatchArassilon.com. You can also find our podcast, our Patreon, and more at Linktree/Watch-A-Thon. I also want to give a special shout out to Vincent E.L. for providing us with our amazing theme song.
Thanks, Vince.
Check out more of their music at VincentEL.bandcamp.com. And tune in next time when we talk about something a little bit different. The Idiot's Lantern. Until then, keep calm and wrestle on.
Goodbye, and I love you in a platonic, parasocial way.
An alternative to our world where everything's the same but a little bit different, like...
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping for the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.